Hello friends, welcome to the Law Times. Today the topic is 498A and domestic violence case, whether they are applicable only to husband, father-in-law and mother-in-law only, or domestic violence case is applicable only to the husband. We will discuss. Coming to the point that if any third person involvement is there, that means an outsider who is other than husband and relatives, what is the way for a person, victim, lady, what are the steps available under law? Can they file a case or not at all? Because we might have come across many times, and also there are many rulings that the 498A case is only maintainable against husband and husband relatives. And what 498A says? 498A is in respect of the cruelty committed by husband against wife and relatives. It is very clear. Now if we see, in order to see the maintainability of a complaint under section 498 of IPC, the girl victim who has undergone cruelty by these persons, there are so many ways and means for threatening a girl under threat, coercion, and there are also so many incidences that after smoking or while smoking, the husbands used to burn on the hand of the girl. Many examples are there where the cruelty cannot be explained in reality. The cruelty cannot be explained in reality, but today's date, it is necessary in order to file a complaint that, and in order to maintain the complaint and its maintainability, suppose if victim, that is a girl who is a married girl, underwent a lot of cruelty by the husband for want of some additional wants or otherwise. It can also be called as demand for additional dowry or any demands. The torture, the way of torture, the kind of beating, the kind of treatment, the talking will be entirely different. There are some instances where a girl is kept under captivity by not giving even food. So now let us straight away come to the point whether can we really file 498A against all the relatives? Police are taking action or not? For this, it is very necessary for any girl, any complainant, that because there are so many examples, the instigators, the real involvement of persons in the relation will be in the form of instigating, ear filling. There will be so many incidences where relatives' involvement will be direct, indirect, and it is absolute that their involvement is also led to the crime, which establishes the ingredients of section 498A. In those circumstances, it is necessary to write what husband did and what in-laws did, and whomever the complainant is intending to array them as accused persons, the attribution of each and every allegation has to be mentioned in the complaint in order to see that the complaint is maintainable and the investigation officer will not drop the proceedings against them. The ingredients will attract to every person. The additional names other than these first three names, husband and in-laws, how this relative is involved with this case against this girl, that involvement has to be very clearly has to be attributed, that prima facie there is a case against this person, this has to be investigated. In those circumstances only the complaint will sustain. Now, today's topic, the outsiders, those who are not relatives, how their involvement will be generally in this cruelty. Some panchayatdar will come for panchayat, conducting a panchayat. He will blame the girl. He will talk nonsense. In addition to that, sometimes there are incidences where some outsider will be entrusted for collecting additional dowry or to harass the girl. In those instances, in front of the husband only, they will scold or they will beat, they will go. In the event of questioning by this victim girl, they will say that I am friend of this man, I am well-wisher of this man, you are doing like this, because of this I did it. If this girl goes to the police station or to go to the court saying that in the entire episode of this cruelty, that fellow was also there, but no case will be registered on the outsiders. In those events, what is open for us, what is open for a victim, what is open for a victim girl is section 323, section 324, section 326 of Indian Penal Code. For this type of assault or this type of treatment, in addition to, they will also talk over the telephone, they will also spread nonsense about this girl in the broad light of the society. They can also file a criminal defamation under section 500 of Indian Penal Code, punishment for criminal defamation. So therefore, coming to this point, 498A, yes, certainly, definitely, a outsider also can be brought into a record in the form of a separate complaint, stating that the 498A was committed by the husband and the in-laws and relatives, and the other offences committed by the outsiders can be filed in the provisions of the IPC as a separate criminal complaint before the law and order police, where the jurisdiction falls not to the women police station. In that complaint, it can also be referred that in connection with the cruelty committed by them, on their abatement, this person has committed. Therefore, it is clearly mentioned in the Indian Penal Code that if any person commits an offence of so and so, if any person commits an offence of so and so, can be tried and punished. So it is clear. Now let us go to the Domestic Violence Act. Domestic Violence Act, section 2, subclause Q, defines about respondents. The respondents are obviously husband and the in-laws. In this matter also the similar analogy can be drawn, because the domestic violence defines about the domestic violence which has happened at home. In connection with the domestic violence, if any third person encourages this kind of cruelty by defaming the person outside or otherwise involved directly, the other parts of Indian Penal Code, the other parts what I have explained in respect of 498A can also be drawn, and those sections of law will come for the rescue of the victim girl even in DV Act. Therefore, today friends, we have briefly seen that the 498A is not alone applicable to the persons who are directly involved. The persons who are involved at the instance and abetment of the husband and in-laws can also be framed in the criminal provisions by referring that why it has happened. Hope you have understood this content today, and this is for the better understanding for women, that a complaint, how it has to be drafted, the allegations, how it has to be mentioned, or what exactly the fact, how it has to be presented. Hope I understood, hope you are all understood, and please do like and share and subscribe our channel.